Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace and blessings of God Almighty be upon all of you and upon me also. Ameen. I just finished a live stream and I got to know that the microphone was not working and all my efforts went into vain. So let me try to use the secondary microphone and try to share with you what I wanted to say in the previous live stream. So I would call this live stream also as the third live stream, and let me try to repeat my thoughts because I speak without any written thing in front of me. So it will not come out to be the exact same, but let me try. Inshallah, may God help me. So in the previous two live streams, I shared with you about our foundation, Shabashe, which is the name of our foundation, which means well done, and it can also mean praise. And our work is that we are a religious foundation with a startup mindset. Why with a startup mindset? Because we want to disrupt the current crony capitalism, the pseudo democracy, and other uh, not performing well systems throughout the world with a better upgrade known as Khilafat. And in the previous video, I tried to convey some of the meaning of this word Khilafat, but let me repeat it once more. Khilafat is a concept given by the religion of Ad Deen Al Islam, which is a common religion which is continuing since the beginning of time. God Almighty has sent many prophets and many messengers, maybe 1,24,000, and some say 2,24,000. And the job and the work of these prophets and messengers was to convey the command of God Almighty in order to guide humanity and human beings and human on how to live a life at an individual level and also at a group level, at a society level, as a system level. So this command is also known as Khilafat because God Almighty has chosen you, me, and every human being as His representative on this universe, in this universe, and specifically on this planet Earth. And it is our job, it is our responsibility that the power He has given to us as humans via our intellect and via our intuition to live a life with full of responsibility, with full of perfection at an individual level. And this khilafat, this command also asks us as individual khalifas to come together and create a system known as khilafat. So at an individual level, the human being is known as a khalifa, a representative. And when these khalifas, these representatives come together to form a system at a group, at a humanity level, the system is known as khilafat. And the code, the law, the rulings, the command is derived from the religion of Ad Deen Al Islam, which I already said is the common religion of each and every prophet. Each and every prophet conveyed the same message that there is one same God, for one unified God, oneness of God, and that God has created each and everything, this universe, you, me, and everything. And this that God has asked us to live a life in a certain manner with certain rules and regulations so that we may exist together peacefully, harmoniously. So this was the main meaning of Khilafat word. But the main task, the difficult task is how we can implement this Khilafat. Because after the prophets, after the Nabis, after the messengers, no human being can say that he is a perfect being and he is worthy of to be chosen as a Khalifa. Though there are many human beings who have great intellect, who have great intuition, who have great intentions also that they want to do good for the society, for everyone else. But still, there are chances that power can corrupt and absolute power can corrupt absolutely. So, in order to give less responsibility to one single centralized human being or one single centralized organization, some single centralized system. It is better to decentralize and distribute this responsibility to each and every one of us. And then and we can do this by utilizing the current technology. So we can derive the theology part from the Ad Deen Al Islam, and we can try to implement the theology part. Instead of relying upon some single entity, some central power, we can use the technology, the decentralized technology. We have nowadays a thing known as blockchain. We have nowadays a thing known as decentralized web technology, distributed ledger technologies, which basically means that instead of relying one single entity for things like economy, for things like politics, for things like society, rules and regulation, and for things like religious things, it is possible to use this technology to decentralize the work. And this will make the system more resilient and more corruption proof, and so on and so forth. So the theology part, Shabashe wished to take from Ad Deen Al Islam, which is a common religion for each and every human being that ever existed. And we want to use the code, the law, the code of Ad Deen Al Islam, and we want to transform it into the code of technology, be it the technology of computers, be it the technology of genetics, and be it the technology of, you can name any kind of technology. We want to transform this code, a law of Ad Deen Al Islam, into the law of the code of technology. And then we want to create a system, and that system should be a system of self governance, self rule. Let's take an example. There is a red light, there is a stop, a traffic light stop, and a person who is sitting in the car doesn't stop on the green, on the red light. So as per the current system, what happens? There are some central entities which can be influenced, which can be corrupted, in order to not pay your fine. But what happens in a trustless system? The CCTV cameras can automatically detect the identity of the person sitting inside the car, and can also predict the reasons why this person didn't stop at the red light. And then if his bank account, if his cryptocurrency wallet is connected to this decentralized system, the fine will be automatically deducted from it without any central uh, authority. So it is a decentralized consensus between individual khalifas to build a khilafat system where things will run on the basis of code, on the basis of law, instead of someone's wish, someone's desire, some single entity's desire. But we will still need human beings to manage, to look after, to upgrade, to secure this decentralized system. Like we have in current blockchain technology, in the blockchain industry, like we have in the cryptocurrency industry, we have some teams who have the responsibility to take care of the network, to take care of the infrastructure, to do the upgrades as a open source method. Because these human beings are located throughout the world, so these human beings are able to manage this network. Let's take an example of Ethereum, or let's take an example of Bitcoin. So these are two popular cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is not just a cryptocurrency, it is a total ecosystem of blockchain on which you can also run your code, technological code. For example, I can sell you something, and that transaction will be recorded in a decentralized ledger technology. And I can give you some cryptocurrency coins, and you can sell me your, maybe some of your video that you recorded. You want to sell your video for to me for some cryptocurrency amount, and this transaction can happen in a decentralized manner without any centralized authority. So Ethereum is one of that technology, but the team is decentralized. And this technology is also decentralized. You can look more about this thing on the internet. Similarly, we will be using the theology part and implementing it on the code of technology. And we as Shabashe, the team of Shabashe, will be only responsible to managing it with the open source ideology. And sooner or later, we will be giving back the power to the people, and we will be making it a totally self governing ecosystem. So, because we cannot rely upon some single individual in 2024, I cannot name a single human being at this moment, including my own self, that who can claim that if enough power is given to me or that human being, he won't compromise. That is next to impossible in current times. So it is better to build systems which run on code, which run on law, and that system should be derived with that system should be governed by technology, and that system should derive its ruling from the theology, because Islam is not corrupted. The technology part which we will be using will be decentralized. That can also be very difficult to corrupt, and this will help human beings to create a system of self governance. And we can do self governance by various methods, decentralized votings, and via many methods. This is the basic concept of what we wish to implement, what we wish to achieve via Shabashe. I hope my voice is clear this time, because the previous live stream went in vain because the microphone was not working. So now, right now, I'm using the webcam and its inbuilt microphone, and I hope that my voice is clear. So let me revise everything. Shabashe is a religious foundation with a startup mindset. Startup mindset because we want to disrupt the current systems and we want to upgrade it to a global, better system known as Khilafat. And we want to implement the system of Khilafat that is based on theology, technology, and self governance. So, this is the basic idea of Shabashe. And in order to achieve this thing, me and the team of Shabashe needs the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God Almighty, the Paramatma, the Brahma, whatever good name you want to call that single God, you can call it, that is totally fine. And I also need the help of you guys who have great amount of skills, who have great amount of motivation, and the potential to do good, because you are also a Khalifa. You have been chosen by God. You are not a donkey. You are not an animal. You are a human being. So it is your responsibility to come together and try to build this system from ground up. And inshallah, we will succeed. Inshallah, God willingly. So this was my third live stream, and I hope that we will be continuing with this concept and we will be expanding it little by little, because this is not a very simple thing to do, and this is not this cannot be covered in some 12 minutes or 15 minutes live stream. This is a very big concept where we will be needing the help of experts and the people who are very talented in their particular domain. And our job is only to create a platform, is only to create a network where all these talented people come together, and we try to work towards the common goal of helping the humanity and to establish justice and peace, inshallah, because peace is the ultimate thing that we all can desire for. No one wants to live in turmoil, no one wants to live in pain. And the the absolute goal after the ending of this life is to be in the accompaniment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the God Almighty. That is the ultimate goal. But let us now first discuss about the goal of this world. And based on our work in this world, we will be getting some benefits in the afterlife, inshallah. So I would like to end this live stream with the same quote, that whatever I've said, it is simple. Live and die for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything, it is simple. Just live and die for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it will totally happen. inshallah. Bye, take care. Allah Hafiz. Do pray for me and everyone else. Ameen suma ameen.